Hey everybody. Wow, I already have a comment. Please, whenever I get a chance, check your email. Ooh, that sounds interesting slash ominous. If you sent me something in the past few days, I really have not been doing email very well lately. Oh gosh, I look horrible. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I will check my email. I promise. So um, this is not meant to be a long drawn out thing. But I did want to talk a little bit about the dreams I've been having. If you are like me, you don't really consider yourself psychic per se, and maybe the psychic experiences that you have, they're just for you in your life, and that's really how it is for me. My dreams have always been precognitive. I have about four different kinds of dreams, and I rarely ever know people in my dreams. Like I know them in the dream, but they're not people that I actually know in this lifetime. I've only dreamt of dreams with my daughter for like a few times. I just have rarely ever dreamt of people that I actually in this life. Um, um, Sorry, I'm just getting in, so I'm trying to calm down, cool down. And so the reason why I wanted to post this today and talk about dreams today, because it is August the 8th and it is the Lions Gate. I am new to this whole Lions Gate thing. The Lions Gate kicked my ass last year because I didn't know what the heck was happening. I didn't understand the energy. I was just coming into my own twin flame awakening that I was a twin flame, am a twin whatever. And so I okay, so my dreams, I've already explained the dream I had about how I knew my guy was my twin flame. um, well, I have since July 26th, when we started having all of this full moon, uh, eclipses energy, I have dreamt about him several times. And this is weird because, like I said, I don't dream about people that I know, not usually, not in my entire life. I've dreamt of like three people that I know, and um, maybe only once or twice. So I am a dreamer. I am a prolific dreamer, and I try not to dream. I try not to get good sleep because then I just dream and I wake up tired because I'm exhausted from all of the astral stuff. But anyway, but I do think it's important that for those of us who are on this twin flame journey, when you are having gifts, talents awakened that maybe you never had before, that it might be a little weird and different. And that's exactly what happened with these two dreams that I had, one last night, and then one this morning. So here's what happened in the first dream. The first dream was very quick. But one of the things that I've been trying to do is that when I close my eyes at nighttime, and so it's dark, that's when I find it easiest to kind of do this. And I close my eyes and I focus here. So I'm focusing third eye. And I focus here, and what I can see is like this little kind of wispy smoke kind of, it like there's nothing there, but then there's like a singular point, and then it expands and grows and morphs, and it becomes a face, a shape, a something. Usually it goes into the shape of a dragon's head, a dragon face. Almost always purple or lavender white, but usually a purplish color. And so, dragon is one of my spirit guides. Sometimes it's a purplish gray wolf shape, another one of my guides. And I only mention that because that's important for these two dreams. What happened is that in this dream, and I don't remember anything before this, what I remember is that in the dream, I see my divine masculine, and he's standing over like a gurney, like at a hospital kind of situation, and our baby was on the gurney, but he was smiling. there was nothing bad. It didn't seem like anything bad. He was okay. He didn't seem upset at all, the baby or my divine masculine. And even though I was kind of in observer mode, I didn't get any bad feelings about it. Had I been more of a me in the dream, I might have been freaking out. But there was no bad energy. There was nothing. For me, this is kind of weird because I don't want to give birth in a hospital because I don't want my son to be circumcised, and hospitals don't always honor your choice in that. So I want to give birth with a midwife and someone who respects my child's human rights to body autonomy. So the whole idea that the baby was in a little hospital bed, any kind of hospital situation, that concerns me. So I'm trying not to freak out about that. But again, my divine masculine in the dream, he was fine. He was smiling. He was okay. So I'm trusting that it was okay. And as soon as that kind of faded, just that quick little scene just faded, suddenly, instead of like little smoke wispy things kind of morphing into faces or shapes or whatever, the purple, it was an outline. There we go. It was an outline of a heart, but like it was see-through here. It was just the outline of a heart, but it was like flames coming, shooting off in all directions of the heart. The heart shape was just flames. And normally when these visions or these shapes, faces happen, when I'm doing this kind of third eye focus, it's like slow, and it dances, and it's just very, it's very sensual. But this was not, this was like boom, boom, boom. It was like bah, 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 these little heart explosions all over the place. And I thought that was great. And they were purple. Yeah, I think I said that. And so that was last night. Well, I woke up from that. I'm trying to train myself that when I wake up from a dream, I don't just like wake up, I don't just kind of like, okay, I'm back. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just stay in that transition time, that transition space, so that I can make sure I remember any important details. I usually remember my dreams, all of them, every detail, but I'm trying to see if there's any information, third eye information that I can get. And so this time to see those hearts, it was like boom, 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 boom. It's like, oh, that's cool. Heart chakra. Okay, our baby's okay. And so then the next dream, I was awake for hours after that. Sorry. I was awake for hours, and I finally I woke up and remember, oh my gosh. Sorry. Live show, I can't cut that out. So I remember waking up at 1:11 because as you can see, I'm in a hotel room, and the TV screen was on the source guide, where it shows all the channels and whatever. And I do remember I woke up at 1:11. 1:11 is a very important number. So I woke up at 1:11 this morning, and then I was awake for hours. I could not go back to sleep. So then what happened was that when I did go back to sleep, it was around 6:37 this morning. I woke up at 8:37 this morning. So I slept right through 8:08 this morning, here on 8:08:18. So the dream that I had then was a flying dream. Now, I used to have flying dreams all the time when I was a kid. I have not had them very much as an adult, which is sad because they're really fun. But I have not had a major flying dream, or really any kind of flying dream, since my big astral experience when back in 2002, 2003. And if you want me to do a video on that, I will. But I mentioned this because I am accustomed to flying in dreams. I know how to take off. I know how to land. I know how to stick the landing. I'm really good at that. And I really love the flying dreams. It's amazing. Um, but what happened in this dream this morning, which is 8/8, the Lion's Gate, um, I was sitting. The dream opened. I'm a theater person, so the curtain opens. The scene opened, and I was sitting across a table from my daughter. But I knew it was my daughter, even though she looked kind of like the way my daughter does in this life, but she had bangs in the dream. My daughter's never had bangs, so I don't know when or where this was. But she was okay. We were fine. We were kind of joking back and forth. And I got up and I left. And I'm walking outside with a couple of other people. And then suddenly I had this thought, you know what? I want to fly. And so I turned around and I started walking the other way. And within a couple of steps, I was flying. And again, I'm used to flying. With flying, it's like you take a couple of steps and then you get the energy going, right? You get some acceleration, then you have thrust, which gives you lift, and then you have the forward velocity, right? And then you'll go upward until you kind of taper off and get your speed and the altitude that you want. You just kind of hang out there, and then you can glide and fly around. So I did that, and I'm over the trees. And then suddenly, I'm not flying forward, I'm suddenly going vertically down. Now, in my astral dream back in 2002, 2003, I had this vertical lift up, which was odd. And that took me straight to source energy on the 12th or 13th dimension. It was absolutely incredible, amazing, unbelievable, the most pure, unconditional love you could ever imagine. And I did not want to come back until I remembered my daughter and I needed to take care of her. And then, I came back. But it was amazing. So I've experienced this vertical flight before, but this time instead of going up, a vertical flight was down. And I remember thinking, okay, this landing's going to hurt because I was going at a good speed. I wasn't slowing down to come in for a landing. It's like, okay, I'm flying and then there are, the trees and there's going to be land and then I'm going to smash into it. And then I thought, no, wait a minute, I'm one with everything. So I'm just going to blend in with whatever I come in contact with. And so it's not going to hurt. Well, as soon as I had that thought and I'm going through the land, then I go through the land and then suddenly I'm through that layer and suddenly I see this kind of whitish opaque layer beneath me, and out in front of me is just like the black sky of the cosmos and stars in the background. You know how it is when you see a picture of space or the cosmos? That's exactly what this was, except the layer that I was coming toward was this opaque layer. It got thinner and more translucent the closer I got to it. So as I'm going downward toward this layer, it kind of dissipated. Now the thing about this layer is that, and all the subsequent layers that I went through, is that there were, I don't know how to describe these things, but they were little puffs, strategically placed, and they were organized. They were, I don't want to get into the whole matrix grid thing, but these little puffs were definitely in a grid formation of like at intersections. The little puffs would be at intersections. Now there were no lines connecting these little puffs, and I say puffs, it's like if you've ever seen a science video where you watch a cell splitting, that's what it looked like. It looked like one of those little puffs. So it was like this. The puffs were kind of like the same veil material, and so, but they were linear, and they were strategically organized. That if there had been lines, it would have been a grid formation all over this veil, and so as I got closer to the veil, it dissipated. And then as I got, I went through that veil, and suddenly there was another veil. And so there was another veil with all these little grid-like poofs on it, and before me, ahead of me, was the black cosmos and the stars and all that stuff. And it just kept happening as I was going downward, flying downward, this vertical flight downward. I just kept going through these layers. I don't know if they were dimensions within a dimension or layers within a dimension, but it just seemed to never end. And it is taking me so much longer to even describe this, because in reality, in the dream, the way it happened was boom, 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 just over and over and over and over again. And I don't even know how it ended. I don't know when it ended. I don't know how many layers I went through, but the layers were all the same. The layers were all this kind of opaque, translucent veil, because, we say that the veil is thinnest on Samhain, which is October 31st, for those of us who are pagan witchy types. But the veil is super thin right now. And so it was just really cool to go through all these veils, all these layers of the grid, layers of within the dimension. I don't even know if I went to another dimension. I don't know, but it was really cool to go through to see this. But eventually the dream ended. I don't remember how it ended necessarily, but I do remember that transition time. The dream was ending, but I wasn't quite fully awake yet. And I'm doing my third eye focus. And like I said, usually this kind of thing that comes around is like purple, and it's a dragon or it's a purpley gray wolf or whatever. This time it was bright ass yellow. Like it was a yellowy orange kind of thing. And as I just kind of let it do its thing, and I'm focusing here, this yellow, wispy, smoky mist kind of came up, and it formed a lion's face. And I thought, no way. That's amazing that it's the Lion's Gate. And I've never had one of these visions become yellow. That, like I said, they're usually purple or purplish white lavender. And so to have it as a yellowy orange and morph into a lion, I thought that was just amazing. I kind of just let it do its thing and be there. And it reminded me of the lion's face that is the Emperor card on the Good Tarot, the Colette Baron Reed's Good Tarot. And I've posted several tarot readings that feature that card. The cards come up either on my YouTube or on my Instagram. But I just thought that was really cool for the yellowy orange, face of the lion to happen today. And so if you're one of those people where you're not sure if you have gifts, you're not sure if you're psychic, you're not sure what your talent is, hang in there, because this ride is not over, y'all. It is far from over. We are just now getting into the stream of it, because we're just now really anchoring into 4D. And so those of us who are on the twin flame light worker starseed journey, the Syrian, I don't even know all the different terms that are out there for the people who are on this journey of awakening, so that we can bring peace to this earth. And whatever talent or way that you have, your talent will come to you. But right now is a great time to be still, to rest, to sleep, to dream, to sleep perchance, to dream. Now is a great time to just really relax into the 4D. Where those of us, we're definitely anchored in 4D, and we're tiptoeing into the 5D, especially those of us who are on the twin flame journey and are really trying to maintain unconditional love and non-judgment in all things. God, that's hard, because we want to fulfill our mission, our purpose as a twin flame. So anyway, those are my dreams that I had today, and I'm going to be doing some more twin flame videos. I know a lot of people are doing twin flame videos right now. They're doing Lionsgate videos and eclipse videos and new moon and full moon. So there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of information being generated right now. So just use your discernment with whatever you choose to accept and adopt for yourself and try in your own life. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them below. All right. I love y'all. See y'all later. Bye.